Hey, what is up everybody? Platform Disciple here, and today we are doing a sort of experimental deck video. The deck I'm going to be showing you is not one that I think will be competitive, but it's certainly one that's worth trying just for fun. So the goal I had coming into making this video today was to make this card, Madness, make this card work. And I think most players will agree that Madness is generally probably not a very good card. It has very, very specific uses. It's you empty your hand as quickly as possible, and the question is, how do you take advantage of that? And one thought is you use the cards with the exiles mechanic, like actually Cressel's a pretty good example, that you can play after discarding. Cressel's kind of a special example because Cressel also is part of the reason why I think Madness is a card that generally speaking is probably not very good, because generally speaking Cressel is going to do the same job better. That's my opinion though. Another idea I had, which I haven't tried and I don't think I want to, because the deck I'm going to show you is more interesting, but you could use something like Endless Horde or Unending Drone and use Madness to quickly fill up your graveyard with those cards to take advantage of their graveyard effects. But here is what I've come up with. So Hungry Abomination, and special shout out to Soge King for trading me these because I needed them. I've only ended up using 2 of them in the deck I'm about to show you, but I definitely needed at least 2 in my opinion. Anyways, Hungry Abomination gains power and health equal to the power and health of cards you discard. So I'm going to show you the deck list that I have built. So if you have Madness and you discard your whole hand, Hungry Abomination gains a lot of power and health in 1 turn. And this deck, instead of using 3 exiles, I've opted only to use 2. And the reason we're doing that is we're using Warpath to give us some ramp, but much, much more importantly, we can use Warpath to play the card Unstoppable. And Unstoppable is going to make a character unstoppable until the end of the turn. So we can play Unstoppable and Madness in the same turn on one of our Hungry Abominations, and then the rest of our deck is loaded with insanely high power characters that we're going to discard from our hand. And the idea is that ordinarily players save their removal for when Hungry Abomination gets big, but with the card Madness, it's going to get big when they're least expecting it, because they're not expecting you to discard a hand filled with Corrupted Celestial Dragons and Viziers. So that's the deck concept, and we're hopefully going to see at least one game where I'll be able to show you the actual combo in action, and we're just going to hop straight into that. So here we are in game. Our opening hand isn't very great, but he's playing Warpath, so hopefully his deck is a little slow, because we need to draw into our core combo pieces, Madness and Unstoppable. I might mulligan here. The one nice thing is that we have Gather the Weekend Fight in our opening hand, which let us stall. Spontaneous Combustion does a fairly good job too. So we're going to hold on to it, actually. And Brings Life by passing, like I said, is going to help us get enough resources to do our combo, which is an 8 resource combo if you're going to do it, I think, the most reliable way. So we have priority here, which means that we have a fairly good chance of killing Drop Bear if he doesn't play any other characters, so we're just going to go for that. It might be our best chance to kill Drop Bear. Actually, now that I think about it, why don't we get the guaranteed kill on Drop Bear with our Hungry Abomination, and we're going to use Gather the Weak to inflate our hand size. And one of the nice things about using Fight with Hungry Abominations is that you do, in fact, get the Consume bonus, which could matter. at a bare minimum, just to scare your opponent. We're going to use Recycle on our fight because it's a good card to get back. And we're going to use Spontaneous Combustion because odds are it'll kill whatever 4-drop he plays. He could play Adaptive Hulker is the one that would live. I don't know if there are other ones or not, but we will see. It's also unlikely that he's going to play anything other than a character because he is Warpath. There is the 3-cost location card. Interesting. We might be playing against a bit of a novice, but I guess the good news would be that we're much more likely to get our combo off. And anyways, the reason why I think the player is probably a novice is because Mortar Cannon, in addition to being a questionable choice overall, is definitely not the right choice for Warpath. He also has a 51 card deck, so it could be possible that he's got literally every conceivable card he could put in the deck and I think we're just going to gather thoughts here, and we're going to draw a card. Okay, we have the combo ready. Now we just need to get enough characters in hand that it's going to be lethal damage. So right now we're going to play it this turn because we don't have enough to do Unstoppable and Madness in the same turn, and I'd like to be pretty certain about this. So right now we've got 22 plus 18, so 40, 62 plus the current 16, and then we have a couple chump characters. So I think what we're going to do this turn is if we play Gather the Weak, that adds 16 power to our hand. And if we shuffle away Brings Life by Passing, there's a good chance that we'll get a big character because we've saturated our deck with them. And we did. So I think we have lethal damage next turn. We're probably going to have to discard, yep. We have to discard a Demonic Disciple, but that's okay. That's all part of the plan. Okay, so Assassinate, that's really bad for us. That's one of our Abominations down. Now we just hope he doesn't have a second Assassinate. Actually, we'll be fine because Assassinate used up 2 of his resources, so he doesn't have enough for the remaining 5. And it's unlikely that he's going to follow that up. So Unstoppable we play first, then we discard our hand, and we put any remaining characters in the back just because they'll get in for free damage. Pretty sure this is lethal. It doesn't matter what we discard because we're going to end up discarding it anyways. And let's see what happens. So he already used all 5 of his resources, so he is dead. It's a pretty wacky deck. Guys. I'm going to give you guys one more game because I do feel that just about any deck is going to beat somebody who's running Mortar Cannon in Warpath. I mean, if you're all about the Mortar Cannon Warpath deck, then prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Get up on this rank leaderboard with that. But otherwise, I'm not buying it. Okay, everyone, we're in our second game here, and our opening hand is very good for this deck, which is that we have Madness and we have several very large characters. And then we just need to draw Unstoppable, basically, and we'll be all set. Bad news is we are up against Genesis, which is, generally speaking, pretty fast. I think we're going to go for... I think we'll play Brings Life by Passing so that we can do a turn 3 Spontaneous Combustion. Yeah, that's going to be hopefully going to kill a few of his guys, because what we really don't want to happen is for Luca to come out while he's got several characters. So we really have to hope that this kills at least 2 of these. He's got priority though, so it might not, because he's going to use Aletta to improve the health of one of them, and he's probably going to play Kinetically Overloaded Drone, but we'll have to wait and see. And so we did eliminate the threat that I was talking about, which is him having a ton of guys. I think we're going to do Gather Thoughts, and then we're going to do Gather the Weak. And we're doing it in that order because I don't want to draw another Gather the Weak, but I am okay with drawing Spontaneous Combustion. So sometimes with Gather Thoughts, you don't want to shuffle as many cards back in your deck. Sometimes you do, but in this case, I don't. Okay, so we could go for the cheeky turn 7 kill without Unstoppable here, just judging by our current lineup. Because I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, I'm confident that this is lethal, and I am also pretty confident he's not going to defend. I would play the 4/4, right? Like, I would play it. We're going to have to discard it, but the reason I'm not going to play it is because it would give him incentive to put a character in the defense zone, and I don't want him to have any reason to think I'm going to attack. He needs to think that I'm never going to attack. So we're actually going to discard Spontaneous Combustion, because if... Oh, and I guess we'll discard a Demonic Disciple too, and a third Demonic Disciple. But the idea here is that he's not expecting this. We're not playing Spontaneous Combustion or our Demonic Disciples because we're using all of our resources, and we are going to play Madness here, which is going to boost us up into the zone of lethal damage, I think. I'm sure you guys can already tell that I really like this deck. I don't think you'll be seeing me playing it in ranked, but you will be seeing me play it in normals sometimes. Boom. Oh boy. Wasn't expecting that one, was he? Definitely was not expecting that. Okay. And we're going to play third game. And real quick, I want to, I'm considering this as a potential option. Where's our deck? Because of course, something like this is something that you can constantly edit. We could put Hungry Abominations in the deck instead of Gather the Weak. Or Rabid Rabbit. I would say that maybe they belong in the sideboard. So why don't we actually just go ahead and do that? The sideboard, if I ever play it in ranked, this is what it looks like at the moment. And I guess I'll quickly justify this. So we're putting in the Hungry Abominations now into the sideboard, so that if our opponent runs a lot of removal, we have a few more to rely on. Admittedly, if they rely on removal, we're in pretty bad shape already. Martyr of Chaos is there for control decks. Like, if they kill our Hungry Abominations because they run Annihilates or other cards, Humble, that are just going to shut these down really early, it would be favorable to us to just swap our whole deck, potentially. Maybe not. Maybe they'd be able to kill us with these, but it's we'll leave it on the sideboard for now. Retaliation is just a pretty strong removal card if we need strong single target removal. Same with Kidnap by Demons. This can also hit the command zone, which is pretty important. Grave Rob, I think, is just a core sideboard card overall, and Hulking Sniper is extremely good against any deck that uses flyers. So we're going to now just hop into our third game. All right, so we are against Mushroom 222, and he is using a variant of the deck that I showcased the other day, actually, which uses Shirazius the Cruel to kill his command zone cards. This version that he's using opts to, instead of use 2 Infected Purifiers, uses 1 Tormented Thrall, which functions similarly. It doesn't go to the it doesn't go to the support zone, but it transforms into a 10/10, which is a 10/10 for 2, which is pretty good. Our matchup here is really bad because this is an aggro deck. If we draw the right cards, we'll be fine. But right now our opener is not looking very good, other than the fact that we have some meaty characters up here. But we don't have Madness and we don't have Unstoppable. I might mulligan here. We do have Gather Thoughts and Gather the Weak, though, which are pretty nice, so maybe I'll hold on to it. Okay. We're going to go ahead and use Brings Life by passing. There's a chance that it gets Flamed on Commandoed or Lightning Blast, but I think I have to go for it. And it looks like we made it. It lived, and hopefully Spontaneous Combustion is going to kill something. If we get real lucky, it kills 2 things, but he's going to probably play this 10-10. Not much we can do about it. And we did get 1, which is not bad. It's not good either. So we're going to do Gather the Weak. We're going to shuffle away a Shikana. No dice there. We can use Shikana as a pseudo board wipe, which is kind of okay. Ooh. All right, so let's think about this. If we play Shikana, right? He's gonna think this is a board wipe, and he'd be wrong. Do we have lethal? Yeah, we have lethal. Okay, and we're gonna discard a Demonic Disciple. I think this is pretty foolproof. Oh, we're 1 resource down now. So close. No. Yes. Are we gonna die through Shikana is the question. Oh, we can't take that back. That's too bad. Oh, shoot! We were so close. What are our 3 resources being used on right now? Oh, we reshuffle a card. Dang! I could have used one of these stupid things to defend. That would have been potentially better. We have to pray that he poorly arranges his characters, but I have a feeling he's going to put Shirazias first to try to trade with that. Nothing we can do here but pray. Oh, he let us live. We can tie the game. We can either, or maybe it's better for us to do this. And just try to eat every character he has. I'm tempted to go for the tie though. This is a tough call here. So what I'm considering right now is if I play Madness, which I'm gonna do, I'm playing Madness either way. I can either lethal him for a bazillion damage, or I can leave it in the defense zone and eat all of his characters and have 2 insanely large Hungry Abominations that he may or may not be able to Death Ray. I think if we're trying to win, this is the right cause, what we're doing right here, defending. But if we wanted to YOLO it, I'm sure we could like guarantee a tie here. I don't think he's expecting it, but we'll just defend. Hopefully he doesn't Intimidating Rally us. That would just be a big bummer. Death Ray on that. Can he Death Ray the other? All right, so this went pretty well. Pretty well, I would say. Reaction. Good reaction. Where are we gonna recycle here? Spontaneous Combustion. It's very unlikely that the game doesn't end right now. GG, but I don't know. I don't know. He's got 4 cards in hand. If any of them are Death Ray, he lives at least. If any of them are Stumble, he might live. We're gonna do this. We could do this in case he plays Flag Bearer. I think we're just gonna try to tie it at a bare minimum though here. Oh gosh. I was not expecting this game to keep going. Okay, we have an Unstoppable though. So now it's really GG. Like, for sure. Unless he Death Rays the right one. Or stumbles it, or, I mean, he's got several tools actually, so maybe not. And we did correctly call the Flag Bearer there. Ah, yes, what a glorious, glorious deck. Okay, so that's pretty much all we have for today, folks. It's a fun deck, and some fun games too. Real quick before we go, I want to say that I created a Steam page, which you are all welcome to join, and the goal of the Steam page is just to give, I guess, fans a way to communicate with me a little more directly, as well as it's going to be a good place to post your deck lists, to get advice on them, screenshots, or general discussion about the game. Really, whatever you want, as long as it's generally related to Infinity Wars, it's cool. And yeah, other than that, I think that's all we've got for today. Oh wait, one more thing. I did forget to mention that I did manage to play some more games with our free-to-play ranked deck, and we are up at 89, which is pretty solid. And we're gonna try to stick in top 100, of course. And for real this time, that's all we've got for today, folks. Until next time, everybody, peace out.